At this point, I think we would do well to remember the case of the woman taken in adultery, St. John 8, chapter 7. And our Lord said, "Let he who is without sin amongst ye cast the first stone."
I think it is somewhat irreverent of you to ask this court for forgiveness, Williams. This is not the first time you've appeared before us for impersonating a clerk in holy orders.
Well, I tried to give it up, Ma'am, but you get used to the dignity of the cloth. You get reverence. You get old ladies standing up for you on buses. You get treated with respect in the queue at the Social Security.
You have also used it for the fraudulent collection of funds for the restoration of Smethwick Cathedral.
A very worthy cause, Ma'am.
Smethwick does not have a cathedral.
Well, it should do. I thought it was time to make a start.
Do you also deny that last night you resisted arrest and struck a police officer with a blunt instrument?
Well, he put his hand up my cassock. So I let him have one with my crozier.
Exhibit A, Ma'am.
I was looking for evidence, Ma'am. Exhibit B. 6 pirate videos of Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
Well, I didn't know he was a policeman, did I? It's so difficult to tell these days, Ma'am. Ever since the professionals in Miami Vice, they all run around in designer jeans and plimsolls. Bit steep, I thought. 6 months.
I knew you were in for it. As soon as I saw it was Mrs. Matheson. Round here, she's known as Maximum Margaret.
Listen, could we nip back to my digs and get a change of clothes, eh?
There's a change of clothes waiting for you in the nick, Mog. Nice blue suit.
Ow. Oh, now, mate.
Mog?
Some people amaze me, they say that I'm crazy, but there's plenty around just the same. But if I'm having fun while I'm still on the run, then crazy's the name of the game. It's a home, it's a haven, but the boys that are raving, a little time out from the pain. It's only a shelter from life's helter-skelter, and people who drive you insane.
I think the old Foundet's checkmate with the couple.
I won't be back until tomorrow, Mrs. Williams.
I know, Mrs. Mortensen.
They can watch the European figure skating tonight. It lights out at 11. No exceptions.
Very well, Mrs. Mortensen.
I see Mr. Greenaway is tunneling again.
Yeah, since yesterday.
Try to make sure that he does no damage to the flower beds.
Ah, Mrs. Williams. Can you tell cook that there'll be 12 for dinner tonight?
Very good, my lordship.
It's a fairly mixed bunch. The Duke and Duchess of Devonshire, the Heskets, the few Bonham Carters, the Home Secretary, Selina Scott, and, Barry Sheen.
Psst. Mark! Hello, Mum. Glad you kept my old trunk, Mum.
Well, as you're always on the run and popping up unexpectedly, I like to be prepared.
Who said I was on the run?
Well, you usually are when you look me up.
Listen, what's this job like, then?
Very amenable.
Oh, sorry, Mrs. Williams. I didn't know you had company. It's just the chaps were wondering what had happened to tea.
Oh, I'm sorry, Oliver. I'm all behind today. Why don't you take the bickies through, eh?
Right. Hello, I'm Oliver Manners.
Mog.
Mog.
Yeah, Mog. 1 M, 1 O, 1 G.
Ah.
No R,
Oh,
Just the one.
nice to meet you. Are you new?
I'm recently arrived, yes.
Well, I'm sure you'll be very happy here.
Sure I shall.
Why didn't you come through and meet the rest of the chaps?
Yeah, I will in a minute, thanks.
Right.
Such a nice boy, Oliver. Ever so well spoken. Of course, he went to public school.
Seems a bit young to be in a rest home. What's the matter with him? TB, is it?
Oh, no, son, it's not that sort of a rest home. Nobody here's got anything orgasmically wrong with them.
Well, what is it then? A fat farm?
They're loonies.
Loonies?
Mentally maladjusted is Mrs. Mortinson's phrase for it.
What are you telling me? My mum's keeping house for a home full of...
Fruitcakes, yes, but they're ever such nice boys. Mrs. Mortinson wouldn't take just anybody.
Was that the blonde leggy number I saw leaving when I arrived?
Danish. You see, she runs this place for Oliver's stepdad. Well, he is a very wealthy man. And when he found out that Oliver was not quite right, he decided to open up a loony bin in a perfectly ordinary suburban house and fill it full of fruitcakes so his son wouldn't feel lonely.
Sounds like a tax fiddle to me.
Oh, no, son, it's not official. That's why it says Bryardine Haven on the gate. Very discreet. If the neighbours knew, they'd probably want 10p off the rates.
I see. Clandestine, is it, eh? Do you know this might provide the perfect sanctuary for you-know-who?
Who, son?
Me, Mum.
Oh, no, son, I told you, they're very selective. Mrs. Mortinson would never permit a civilian in here.
Do what? We might give it a gab. If I can't convince that piece of Danish pastry, I've got a few strange toys in my attic. My name's not Napoleon Bonaparte.
You're not going to masquerade as a lunatic.
Only same thing I can do, Mum.
Hello, Oliver.
Miranda, you shouldn't do that.
What?
Kiss me. Stop it!
But I love you.
I know. But I'm a lunatic.
Balls.
And you shouldn't swear at your age.
I'm fantastically mature.
Oh.
And it's high time I was getting my oats.
Where did you pick up that expression?
From Chloe Shoemaker, actually. She had her oats last Christmas Halls, and she's not even in the sixth form. I'm nearly 18.
Oh, hello, Miranda, dear. Your mum's gone to Sheffield for the evening. She said you must do your homework before you can watch the telly.
I was just trying to.
Tea, gentlemen. Would you like to be mother, Oliver, dear?
Yes, of course.
You know why she's gone to Sheffield, don't you? To see your stepfather.
Well, that's perfectly natural, Miranda. He funds this place, so there's lots to discuss. It's almost the end of the fiscal year.
They're having it away.
We don't know that. That's sheer speculation.
She goes over there every Wednesday, and it's not to discuss fiscal strategy. She's having her oats, and I'm not having mine, and it's jolly unfair.
Brother Greenaway?
Don't draw attention to me, you damn fool!
It's all right. The coast is clear. Time for a tea break.
Are you sure the goons aren't watching?
Positive.
Their morale is shot to pieces, that's why. Suits our book, doesn't it?
Your work conditions are appalling, brother. I shall insist that management pay you out time and a half.
I estimate another 12 feet will bring us out beyond the wire. Then there's just the dogs to contend with.
Scabby creatures.
Yes, always jumping up one's leg, rubbing up and down. Ugh. Poisoned liver is the answer.
Oh, Oliver, that's too bad. Someone snaffled all the gypsy creams.
Actually, I've managed to save one for you, your lordship.
Jolly good, Oliver.
2 lumps, FK.
Are you addressing the chair, Brother Manners?
Terribly sorry. 2 lumps, Mr. Chairman.
It will suffice, thank you. Sorry to bake a neck of tea.
But as your elected representative, it behoves me to abide by the rule book.
Of course. Ah, Red Cross parcel came through, did it? Don't throw away the tin, will you?
What use is the tin group, Captain?
All sorts of things, laddie. A chap can dig with it, kill with it, or manufacture false license plates for German motor cars.
Not without the prior approval of the workforce's elected representatives.
Gentlemen, we have a new arrival.
Ah, the first of my guests.
A point of order, brothers. There's nothing on my manifest which indicates an increase in personnel.
I wonder where the Jerrys picked the poor blighter up.
Come on in, Mog.
Is that his name, Mr. Mogg?
No, just Mog. Short for Derek.
Bless you, my children. And don't bother to genuflect.
Welcome to Toaster Hall. Mrs. Williams, put His Grace in the blue room and make sure he gets lots of clean linen and plenty of Malvern water. So nice of you to come.
Welcome, Padre. Group Captain Greenaway. I'm the escape officer around here. Glad to have you aboard.
F.K. Henderson, Union convener for this shop. Presume you're a fully paid-up car-carrying union member, brother. Or should I call you our brother father?
Rubber, I think I fit in here very well.
Tell me who's crazy.
The management is in clear breach of established procedures, brothers. I wish you'd have been consulted.
Mrs. Malton doesn't know Mog's here. She's not back till tomorrow morning.
Yet another contravention of the rules.
I say, Henderson, don't be such a bore. Of course Mog belongs here. He's the perfectly decent type.
Yes, but something about the chap doesn't quite ring true. If you ask me, he could well be a stoolie for the Jerrys. Well, it happened to us once in Kilditz. A chap arrived, had a plausible enough backstory, Charterhouse, Oxford, limped from a prang over Bremen, but his head was just a little too square for my liking. And then I found out he couldn't even name the opening pair for Middlesex.
Thank you, Oliver. I shall replace that in the morning when I nip down to the shops. Right, any of you lads fancy a quick prayer before bedtime?
I think the general failing on the floor's explanations are in order, brother father.
Sprechen Sie Deutsch, mein Herr?
Gesundheit.
Ha! All right, Fritz, let's come clean, shall we? We all know you're not what you pretend to be.
Your presence here is a flagrant violation of the rule book.
Hey, have some respect for the cloth, please.
If I were you, old chap, I would ignore them. Neither of them have any breeding.
I think they feel that you're hiding something, Mog.
All right, look, I'll come clean. Listen, I may not share your lot's particular maladjustments, but we do have one thing in common. Like you, I'm one of society's misfits.
I am not a misfit. Just because I can't stand women, frightful chaps.
I am not a misfit either. I just don't like the working class.
Brother Earl, the floor belongs to Brother Mogg.
I'm a fugitive from justice.
Gosh, on the run, you mean?
Exactly.
Oh, why didn't you say so, old chap? We'll fit you out with false papers and have you on a freighter to Stockholm in no time.
A point of order, brother. This does not explain the clerical regalia.
Well, the reason for the Sky Pilot gear is that it provides a modus operandi for my burgling houses.
Not quite with you there, old horse.
Well, you're in your front parlour and there's a knock on the door, right? You open it up and there's a Bishop of Smethwick stood there asking for a glass of water. Well, you don't look him up and down and say, piss off, we're watching Crossroads, do you?
Well, certainly not.
Exactly. You see, what you do is you invite him in, make him feel at home. And so, gentlemen, we have achieved the first and cardinal principle of the art of burglary, unopposed entry. You're in the house, punter don't suspect a thing.
Well, then what happens?
Well, then I engage you in conversation, right? And while you're all spellbound and agog with a witty repartee of the bishopric, I'm nicking things and secreting them about my person.
I see. Mater would be shooing the Airedales from the fireplace. Meanwhile, you would be upstairs stealing the gramophone.
Television, microwave, apostle spoons, pictures of Peter Scott migrating to the Arctic. Anything I can lay my hands on.
Now come along, gentlemen. Lights out in 5 minutes.
Thank you, Oberleutnant. Better not try any thieving with the Jerrys about. They'll be in here every night, slitting our mattresses and spilling our cocoa.
I wonder if Monkton's drawn my bath.
We'll discuss the union deals with you later, brother.
What's all this union business?
FK used to be a shop steward in one of my stepfather's factories. One day he went to a TUC conference. When he came back, he found he couldn't adjust to real life.
Oh. Between the devil and the TUC, eh? Well, what about his lordship?
His real name's Earl Barber. He's from Camberwell. He used to be a motorbike messenger boy for the Tatler, till he crashed into a Pantechnicon in Sloane Square. Now he thinks he's the Earl of Toaster.
Well, chaps, what do you think?
I think you chaps should defer judgment on Mogg till you see how he sits on a horse tomorrow.
Well, I'm quite happy to abide by the consensus of the membership.
I think I'll have a word with the MO in the morning. If you ask me, the chap's a raving lunatic.
Raise those arms, your lordship. Come along, Henderson. Bags of strength. Right, now 6 laps over the horse. Go!
Listen, what's Greenaway's game then, eh? He's far too young to have been in the army. Was he ever in the Air Force?
No. He was a quantity surveyor from Westcliff-on-Sea. He got married to 2 girls from the badminton club at the same time.
So that's his racket.
The pressure was too much for him. Mrs. Mortensen thinks that he's created his own prison as a means of escape.
What's your problem, Oliver?
14 across, Mogg.
No, I'm talking about the old sanity stakes, son. Because you seem right as rain to me.
Oliver's an aphrodisiac.
An amnesiac, Mrs. Williams. It means that I can't remember everything.
Oh, that's right. I always forget that.
Mummy's back.
Oh, dear. I better go and see her about you, Mogg. Don't forget your homework, Miranda.
Hello, darling.
Miranda, this is Mogg. He's my friend.
Hello, Mogg. I'm glad you're his friend, because I love Oliver and I'm going to have his baby.
Not yet, though.
Oh, yes. Any more at school like you, are there?
Oh, yes. There's lots of girls much better looking than me. And most of them have had their oats.
Mogg doesn't want to know about that, Miranda. Aren't you going to be late for school?
Isn't he adorable, Mogg?
Yes, I was just saying the lad don't seem to belong here.
He doesn't.
Yes, I do, Miranda.
No, you don't. Shall I tell you why you're here? Because if you weren't, Mummy would lose this place.
What do you mean, because his dad foots the bill?
It's more than that.
Miranda, please be quiet.
Just because I'm wearing school uniform, Oliver, there's no need to treat me like a child.
Oliver's mother left him a large legacy. But as long as he's not of sound mind, he can't inherit a penny. And his rotten stepfather and brother will end up with the lot.
They know what's best for me.
Not that I'm after him for his money, Mogg. I'd have him even if he were a dustman.
Yes, of course you would, Miranda, of course you would. But let's face it, inheritance is a hard word to argue with. And if I can do one thing of value while I'm here, it will be to cure the lad so he can cop his rightful dues.
Could you? Gosh, that would be brilliant.
Are you qualified, Mogg?
Qualified? Well, of course I'm qualified. Yeah, well, not in the medical sense of the word, of course. But I've seen lots of lunacy down the Ministry of Labour, haven't I, eh? Of course I bloody have. Next thing what I do is I go up to him, all nice and gentle like, and say, now then, bacon balls, what's all this about you losing your memory, eh? You tell your Uncle Mogg about it, or it'll be the old electrotherapy treatment. Feet in a bucket of water, 2 fingers in a light socket, and bingo, all come back to you in a flash.
Gosh.
Stood there like the Statue of Liberty.
Oliver, you have not made your bed. Miranda, you'll be late for school. You must be Mao. Come. Sit down. Mr. Williams, your mother tells me that you're mentally sick. Is this correct?
Yeah, well,
Now think very carefully. If the answer to my question is no, I shall summon the police and I shall have you prosecuted for unlawful entry to these premises. If the answer is yes, then I shall have
Yes.
you...
I'm a complete fruitcake. Well, it's women, you see. I can't cope with them. Well, I mean, being as I think I've got schizophrenic alopecia, I'd have trouble in establishing a stable relationship with a woman, wouldn't I?
How many times have you had sexual relations?
Once.
Once?
Yeah. With Mrs. Harris. Well, that's the only one you could call an experience. She put on a record and made me do it to the William Tell overture. I was knackered by the time the French horns came in.
This was the only experience?
Yeah. Well, unless you count the bordello in Valparaiso. Oh, yes, that was the place to be. For the war, you could buy a packet of 20 fags, a bottle of hooch, 6-foot negrish and a brooch for your old mum and still get change out of a 10-bob note.
Before the war, I think you were not born.
Well, that should tell you something then, shouldn't it, eh? I mean, you're chief of loonies. What more proof do you need?
I think the police can help you more than I can.
I wouldn't do that if I was you, missus. Well, I know your game. Oliver's inheritance, eh? As long as he stays here, you're in clover. It's the sort of thing you read about in the Sunday papers all the time.
Sir Peter Wakefield only has Oliver's best interests in mind.
Yes, well, you know more about that than I would, of course, seeing as I have weekly assignations with him in Sheffield. Mind you, what you do in your own time is your own affair.
I think therapy could cure you quite quickly.
Yeah, I think my problems could be resolved in, well, a couple of months at the outside.
And I would imagine that you would not be anxious to tell people that you've been in a place like this?
Nah, of course not. I'll tell my chums I've been in a Swiss clinic, getting my fingerprints altered.
Then I agree, Mr. Williams. You are a suitable case for treatment.
I'm pleased that you're staying, Mog. I'm only worried that you might find life a bit tame around here.
Well, there's no reason why my being here should curtail my career.
How do you mean?
Well, think about it. Here we are in the heart of leafy suburbia, surrounded by unsuspecting houses groaning with consumer durables. Every now and then, we nip out, do the business, and return to the sanctuary of Briardine. What better cover could we ask?
We? No, I'm not here to be made into a burglar. I'm here to be made well-adjusted.
Oh, you won't get no more well-adjusted than what your burglar is. He can't afford to have complexes when he's shinning up a drainpipe, can he? Of course he bloody can't.
Come on, lads, inside. Congratulations, old chap. Cook tells me you're staying. Jolly good. By the way, do you play charades? We normally have a game in the library after dinner.
Oh, yes. 2 syllables, sounds like gone with the wind.
Jolly good.
Can I put you down for tunnel detail?
Well, I wouldn't if I was you. Not with my tubes. Forging's more my métier.
Could you manage a Dutch engineer's papers by Thursday?
I'll see what I can do, Splendid.
Do I take it that Brother Mark has been proposed as a member of the shop? All those in favour?
Certainly.
Right. Well, that's it then. Unanimous.
Thanks, lads. I shall do my best to fit in. And I assure you I'm not here to usurp anyone's authority or in any way be a disruptive influence.
Jolly good.
Right, now then, I want one volunteer to nip down the pawn shop.
Some people amaze me. They say that I'm crazy when there's plenty around just the same. But if I'm having fun while I'm still on the run, then crazy's the name of the game. It's a home, it's a haven for the boys that are raving. A little time out from the pain. It's only a shelter from life's helter skelter.